Greetings, family, and Merry Christmas. Tonight, on the eve of Christmas 2024, I have a Guffey family Christmas story I'd like to read you. Let me begin. Guffey Clan Christmas 2024. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the clan, not a person was griping, except Uncle Dan. The stockings were hung by Deanna with care. Danny added one more, so I'd get my share. We gathered our family, as we often did, and looked over our children, their spouses, and kids. Some were there with us, some of them not. Some far away, but none were forgot. Bird lit 2 candles for our parents we miss. Sue lit 2 more for our brother and sis. The lights burned so brightly, the pines 7 foot tall. I gazed up at the angel and felt ever so small. We gathered together, the young and the old. We exchanged gifts for each other, the ones in the fold. The infants and toddlers, great-grandkids no less, were ripping at presents, just eager, I guessed. The music played softly, and Butch felt the need. He sang out Blue Christmas and made my ears bleed. Val sat beside him, her eyes filled with tears. The palms of her hands held tightly over her ears. Then Natalie whispered, "Now kids, go to sleep. Santa is coming, a promise he'll keep." The children then scattered, all snug under cover. We waited an hour and tried not to hover. I thought we might sing to them as a last resort, but the last one's asleep, Amanda gave the report. Emily grinned wickedly. Let's wrap some toys. Then Madison took charge of the gifts for the boys. I turned to Josh. I'm ready, you know. Let's go hunt down Santa to make sure he'll show. He grinned like the devil, Tesla key in hand. A silent night ride? I'll drive, you understand? I nodded and turned, heading for the door, when Aaron yelled out, "Shotgun!" And my hopes hit the floor. "Come on, Uncle Dan," Jake said with a grin. "We'll sit in the back seat. I'll help you get in." We toured the whole town, from this end to that. I couldn't get comfy. I guess I'm too fat. We searched and we scouted, but he wasn't in sight. Aaron just sighed, "This could take all night." Then Josh's eyes narrowed, grumbling to himself, "You can't hide from us, you jolly old elf." Back at Deanna's, the others were working. No one was tired. The coffee was perking. Mom's baking cookies and daughters were mixing, while Rachel and Bailey, tree lights they were fixing. Their husbands were working to put bicycles together and talking about driving in this snowy weather. Brian watched calmly as the lads sorted tools. He hid a few parts from them, just to be cool. Out on the road, our nerves still fraying. "Where is this old geezer?" the boys heard me saying, when all of a sudden, something hard hit the roof. A sleigh and 8 reindeer, the paint scratched by a hoof. The sleigh hit the ground on the road right ahead, in front. It was moving so fast, one hell of a stunt. Josh growled like a grizzly, "That's a hit and run!" And from out of nowhere, Aaron pulled his shotgun. I was surprised and asked him the reason. Then he smiled and explained, "You know it's deer season." By then, Santa was moving away down the street. Josh was undaunted. A Tesla's hard to beat. He pushed down on the pedal as we pulled up beside. Jake lowered his window and half hung outside. "Get a little closer. I'll grab his bag. We don't need his fat ass. We just need the swag." But the sleigh turned abruptly and Josh hit the brakes. "He won't get away, boys. I'll do what it takes." The car turned to follow, and I grabbed Jake's feet. or else he would be laying out there in the street. Aaron leveled his weapon on a pair of reindeer, but the elf driving the sleigh sure knew how to steer. Away he did guide them off into the night, with Santa just laughing as he veered to the right. But Josh was relentless as the Tesla gave chase. Who could have predicted we'd have such a great race? The little elf driving, his skill was so frightening. Nerves were like steel, reflexes like lightning. Then Jake grabbed the bag and I pulled him inside. Aaron needed a clean shot, but he was on the wrong side. The elf driving did something and our race was through. The sleigh lurched into the air and clean out of view. Josh pulled the car over and pounded the wheel. If we could just fly, we'd sure catch him still. Then Jake shouted loudly, "This sack has no swag, just one piece of paper, just a note in a bag." The note said, "Dear fellows, this race wasn't fair. A Tesla is fast, but it can't take to the air. So go on back home now, my deliveries are through. And don't shoot at my coursers, what's the matter with you?" Santa had laughed, but I think he was pissed. There's 4 more night riders on his naughty list. We headed back home then, a long silent night ride. And the group was all smiles as we stepped inside. "You guys just missed Santa," John said with a smile. "Right after you left, he took Luke for a while. He just brought him back 5 minutes ago. He let Luke drive for an hour or so." We stared at each other, then I heard Aaron say, "You mean this little elf was driving the sleigh?" Luke smiled brightly and giggled a tad. That's when we all knew that we had been had. So when you gather at Christmas with the ones that you love, just be together and thank God above. Don't try to chase Santa. He's a slippery old guy, and a Tesla can't catch him unless it can fly. The end. This is my gift to my family, the Guffey clan. You are all beloved members, whether you knew it or not. I hope everyone enjoys it. Merry Christmas, peace on earth, and the happiest of a new year. And know that I love you all very much. With love, Uncle Dan. December 25th, 2024.